Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hello, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, we enjoy bringing to you the great businesses, organizations, and nonprofits that we meet when we're out there networking. And I tell you, I have a special guest with us today, Mr. Chris Gloss. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you so much, Pam. It's an honor to be here. I'm so excited to be here at the BizLinks production studio and being here with you.
Thank you so much. Chris and I go way back through networking. I mean, you talk about the power of networking. We connected so many years ago with the Speakers Bureau and stayed in touch, share ideas. Chris Gloss is known as the Possibilitarian. And as we talk today in this show, you will find out why without a doubt. Because today we want to talk about realizing possibilities.
Yes.
So now, Chris, tell me, first let's start with the Possibilitarian and how that came about.
Well, first of all, when I first heard it, I couldn't pronounce it, right? I was at a speaking engagement for a group of college students, and I was walking off stage. A young lady came up to me, and she said, "Chris, you are the Possibilitarian." I was like, wow, I don't know if I should be offended or not be offended at this point, right? So she began to share with me that Dr. Norman Vincent Peale once said that no matter how dark things are or appear to be, raise your sights to see the possibilities. Always see them, for they are always there.
Yeah.
You know, and that was perfect for my life because growing up in the Bronx, New York City, when it was the murder capital of the world, you know, I really didn't see a lot of possibilities for myself, you know, so that fit perfectly with my life, no matter how dark things were or how challenging, the tests, the trials and tribulations of life, to always look up and see the possibilities because they're always there.
I love that. And share a little bit, kind of what's the difference in possibilities versus potential?
Oh, that's awesome because, you know, possibilities, I align possibilities with that word hope.
Okay.
When I talk about hope, I'm talking about the ability to foresee change in the future. Possibilities are more in alignment with the vision, with the picture, with the image that you can hold on to and see and know that's where you're going, right? Or that's what's possible for you to go. The potential factor, that's something we all have in us. We all have the potential to do great things, but we have to exercise and use that. I look at that as the energy or the fuel, right? That potential is the potential fuel that we can use to realize those possibilities, to turn the invisible visible, the unseen to make it seen. It takes that potential, that fuel, to make those possibilities realized.
Wow. So, and I tell you, because Chris has, you know, a vast background, and, you know, he's a speaker, he's an author, he's a coach, he's a consultant. I mean, he has so many different titles and skill sets, and he talked about his background a little bit, and one of his first books was When Things Go Wrong, Don't Go With Them.
Right.
Love that. That's a book you definitely have to reach out and get. And then also you have a new book. Tell us about the new book.
Well, there's a new book that I'm working on, and the title I have to keep kind of secret, but it deals with realizing those possibilities, the strategies behind what do you have to do on a day-to-day basis, especially when things seem dark or challenging and you don't know what to do next, right? You went to school, you got the education, you went and got certified, you went to got diplomas and everything, but still you find yourself in this place you're not doing what you know you should be doing that's deep inside your heart. So how do we do that? How do we begin to live our lives from the inside out instead of life being dictated from the outside in? So realizing possibilities is just an amazing book, and I'm looking forward for that book to launch really soon.
Yeah, well, we are looking forward to it as well. I can only imagine information that comes out of it, because I love quotes because it just helps me and inspires me as I go throughout the day, or when things come up, I can kind of go back and pull a quote, and I've gotten a lot of my quotes from Chris, because he knows and he rounds them off as well, and as you'll hear them even through the conversation and them coming out. So in talking about just the inspiration and what inspires you, what does inspire Chris Gloss?
People inspire me. I'm
Love
inspired by people, especially people that seemingly impossible situations should have stopped them or stalled them. They continue to go past. They continue to push on. feeling the pain and doing it anyway. Those people inspire me. So even when I think about realizing possibilities, those people inspire me because they have nothing that they could look to that said they should be doing what they're doing right now. They overcome the odds. And it's that mindset that they have. They wake up every day looking to seize because they understand that every challenge, test, and trial, they all have something in common. They all have an expiration date. So since those challenges have an expiration date, they just continue to move on. They hold that vision in front of them and they just continue to move on. So I like watching videos on YouTube and reading just blogs from different people who really had those tough situations and just kept going forward.
I mean, this is so timely, I'll tell you, because we just had a friend who actually committed suicide, and so that's really sparked some conversations about what goes on with someone. He had friends that had just talked to him that week, and didn't know anything, and you just don't know what's going on with someone. But in talking to someone that's out there, that's watching the show, that might be going through some challenges and not sharing it with others, or just not has lost hope, share a little bit about what you would say to them.
Yeah, that's personal. I know so many people, especially being my background's being in the have been in the military for 8.5 years, and I know a lot of soldiers suffer and deal with this, and veterans have a high suicide rate. So what I would like to share with them is that those challenges are temporary. Don't make a permanent decision for a temporary problem. Hold on. So when I speak about that word hope, that ability to foresee change in the future, things are going to change, and just whatever piece of hope that you can hold on to, that whatever you're experiencing right now is going to change, hold on to that. People love you, people care about you, and it's just getting out of that circle that you're in to really tap into the power of the people that really appreciate you, and reach out to somebody if you can. I know it's hard to pick up that phone sometimes when you're in that tough moment, but whatever you can do, pick up that phone and let someone know. Don't go through this on your own.
Right, and like you said, think about other people, and a lot of times when we take our focus off of ourselves and we put it on others, that really we realize some of our issues are not quite as bad as they are, or that in doing something drastic, what does that mean to the people that you leave behind. But I love the point that you made. You said don't make a permanent decision to a temporary problem.
Yes, because these things are subject. These things have come to pass. They're not permanent. They are definitely temporary. I've been on the planet for quite a while now, and I look back over my life. There's a lot of things I've faced that I thought that, hey, this is it. This is the end. I'm not going to be able to make it past this. But I look back and see all of these victories. I was able to make it through that. And because of those challenges and difficulties, I'm here today, and I can continue to make it to the next day because I have that ability to foresee change in the future. Because if I overcame that, I can overcome this too.
Absolutely, love that. Now, because the information you share, can really hit home for so many people, just personally in their own personal lives and their own personal walk, but then also talk a little bit from the corporate side, because I know a lot of your speaking is for corporations or to people in the business arena.
Right. So when you look at a team, right, it takes a team to become successful. In any organization, you have employees, you have different teams, or some people like to look at those teams as tribes now, right?
Yeah.
But it's taking that tribe and moving that tribe along every time that you have a new vision, you have a new product, you have a new service. How do you keep people on the same page and in the same book? So that's when I talk about realizing those possibilities, that there's a strategy for realizing possibilities. It's not just saying I have a vision, or we have a vision and everybody, this is where we're going and I expect everybody to get there. No, you have to have a strategy in place in order to realize those possibilities. So to get from where you are to where you want to be, to move that team from where they are to where you want them to be, I come in and help them realize that possibility. I help them launch that product or service. I help them change that mindset, make adjustments to their culture by implementing a strategy that's going to be successful to get them from where they are to where they want to be.
Okay, and that's good. So businesses are out there, you're struggling a bit, you need some help, because really even in today's time, it is a challenge, because you mentioned tribes, and tribes is a term that came out maybe in the last 5 to 10 years. But now we're dealing with millennials in corporate America, and there's a lot of challenges because we still have, I think, a lot of the baby boomers that are running corporate America. But now that you have the millennials coming along, they have a little bit different mindset. So motivating them and helping them realize possibilities is a little bit different. Talk a little bit about what the differences are and how a business can work with this new age.
Right, and it's working with this new agent and really with any demographic. Here's the thing: if you can see it, you can seize it.
Okay.
See, what most of the time when we're communicating our vision, our goal, our direction that we want to go, most people don't feel like they fit in.
Right.
And anytime they feel like they don't fit in, they become misfits.
Okay.
Right, and then we give them certain names and put terminology on them. Really, it's not fitting for them. But because they don't really see the vision. They don't see where you want to go. So when it comes to realizing those possibilities, if you can see it, you can seize it. So if we can help them see how they fit into that vision and see how it benefits them, but it also benefits the customers at the end of the day and the organization, create those win-win-win scenarios, they can be enrolled in that process, and then it could be a successful outcome.
So now, is motivation in the way you get people motivated, or I guess you can't motivate someone, they've got to motivate themselves, right?
Right, it's all internal, right? So when someone can see and understand, that internal motivation could kick in. They can see how they can fit in, and they can see how they benefit. That's the motivation we're looking for. For me to come in and give you that rah-rah, yeah, that works, right? That'll inspire you, but like Zig Ziglar talks about, it lasts for about 24 hours. And after 24 hours, it slowly goes away. So I don't want that for any organization. I want to inspire people from the inside out. If they can see the vision and they see how they fit in that vision, then there's a high probability that they will experience the possibilities for that organization.
I love that. So now, is it also about making sure they're in the roles that they truly enjoy? Because a lot of times, we go to school, we learn certain skills, or we end up falling into a particular industry, but maybe that's not what you really have that true passion for. So is it also about making sure that they're in the right roles that they have that passion for?
Yeah, that's very important to do exactly what you love or you're passionate about doing, or at least something you have a lot of buy-in. So we do have strategic assessments that we use to identify, are people in that right place or space? Are they in that right position that they're feeling like they're fulfilled and that they're contributing to the organization, contributing to the vision. And if not, let's find a place for them. It's not about letting them go or sending them outside. Let's find out where is the best fit for them. What role or position could they play that they could come in with 100% energy and participation and be engaged to be productive.
I love that. And so for companies out there, it is not just about Chris coming in and getting on a speaking platform. While he does a fantastic job with that, I'm always wanting him to do more. I just want to hear you speak and share that knowledge. But it really is with the companies getting in there and getting hands-on. You mentioned using some of the tools. Share some of the other things that you do with the company outside of just the speaking to the employees. But what other things you do with them?
Well, one of the things that I love the most is that using change management tools and change management processes, right? And one of the biggest things is this tension management, because what we understand is that people pay attention to where they experience the most tension in life. Not stress, but tension, right? So
now explain the difference.
All right, because stress, you really feel out of control, and sometimes when you're high in stress, that you're really not thinking clear, right? You don't feel like you're really resourceful, right? So, but when you're dealing with tension, it's something that natural that we experience and we gravitate towards. So, for example, if there's a task like I have to pay bills, right? And I have a house bill and I have an internet bill. Which one I'm going to experience the most tension about that I know I need to pay first? That house bill. Because I want to be able to have a place to lay down my head, cut the lights on and off, and not so much the internet bill. If I had to make a decision. Hopefully you don't have to make that decision, right? But if you had to make that decision, so that amount of tension I experience, that's the task that's going to get done. So helping organizations find those tasks that are mission critical and making sure that there's enough productive tension for those employees to be effective and productive. Because, sometimes in business we think about, well, absenteeism is the greatest problem we have. No. Presenteeism. People that are present and not engaged in that process is worse. So we help make sure that there's enough productive tension on those mission critical tasks to get accomplished so that they can realize the possibilities.
Wow. So much good information we have here. Now, Chris, I want to make sure that you tell everyone how they can get in touch with you, and particularly companies that are out there, you're looking for, you may not know what's going on or what the challenges may be in your business, and this might be the exact answer, because a lot of times people aren't necessarily thinking from this side of the spectrum when they're thinking about challenges. Like I said, they're thinking about absenteeism and the people aren't coming in, or, do they work from home, not work from home, different things like that, what may be going on, financially with the company, sales low, things like that, and they're not thinking about how their employees can make such a difference when they're realizing those possibilities. So let everyone know how they can get in touch with you and how they can work with you to help them with their company.
Absolutely. Well, you can reach me at www.chrisgloss.com. That's CHRISGLOS.com. You can also go do a Google search for Chris Gloss, and the first 4 pages, you'll come my name and all the access points to me, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, any way that comes up in that Google, you'll have a way to access me. But you can also call me at 678-221-4242 or send an email to chris@chrisgloss.com. I would love to hear from you.
Great. Thanks so much, Chris. I appreciate you coming out today. We're excited to have him on, and we want to get him on more because this is what I think people need. People need to hear. There's just so much more growth that they can do for themselves as well as for their particular company. Now, give us any closing words or tips that you'd like to share with our audience on realizing possibilities for themselves.
All right. Remember and never forget that every challenge, obstacle, test, or trial that you're experiencing right now, it's temporary. It has an expiration date. Don't give up, cave in, and quit on your dreams, goals, and ideas, because we need what's on the inside of you.
I love it, Chris. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
it. Everyone, we had a fantastic episode today with Chris Gloss, the Possibilitarian. Make sure you look him up. Like he said, go out there, Google Chris Gloss. You're not going to have a hard time finding him. A lot of great information that you be able to get out of that and looking for him. We want to remind you that That's My Biz, and that you can watch this episode and other episodes in our archives at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinkstv. Give us some thumbs up out there. Give us some comments as well. Let us know that we're bringing to you the guests that you want to hear, and give some feedback to the guests as well. Also, you can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/bizlinkstv. I'm Pam Alexander, your host of That's My Biz, and at BizLinks TV Network. Remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.